right, so everybody, welcome to Topless Topics, a channel that seeks to destigmatize female toplessness, except that I am in the middle of a convention, so obviously cannot go without a shirt, I'll get kicked out. I am here.
They wouldn't let me.
I am here with FunkyFrogBait, also known as Callie, who does amazing, hilarious, insightful commentary videos. You need to go watch them. I said this to you when I talked to you before, but I especially love your one about not falling for rage bait.
Yes.
So I know that you are a busy person and you're tired because you just spent literally half an hour greeting fans.
Yeah, no worries.
So I'm going to try to make this fast. Maybe someday when I am also famous, we can have like a whole, 2 hour. Anyway, so you were on a, I should probably put this where we can actually hear stuff. Yeah. But I was like pointing at my crotch. I'm like,
It's a really progressive channel.
So you were just on a fantastic panel called Beyond the Binary. It was you, Spencer, Naomi Hartz, Mercury Stardust, and V from Under the Desk News. And you guys made so many amazing points. I believe it will be on VidCon's online thing, so I will make sure to link to it. You especially had so many things that you said that I was like, yeah. Like I was saying earlier, you mentioned that it hurts the most when people within your own community are the ones critiquing what you do. So as I explained to you, the concept of my, trying to get really close because of freaking music, the concept of my advocacy is to highlight the sexism and absurdity of gender-based censorship, also known as Free the Nipple. As a non-binary person, like you, Jesus Christ, that is loud.
Right now. Oh my God.
As a non-binary person, I'm sure you've had a complicated journey as far as that goes. Is it something you have ever thought about? Do you have a good reason for why it should be different, or is the reason because patriarchy?
Yeah, I think it's a lot of things. I think it's beyond just patriarchy. I think it ultimately stems from, I'm gonna be basic. Capitalism. I think at the end of the day, something is gonna become a product, and due to an extensive history of women not having the rights to exist equally in society, and still in many ways not having that right, that's gonna be the product. Women's bodies, right? And so
Puritanism.
Yeah, exactly. Because we compare Puritanism, and then now people are like, well, now it's too far, now it's too extreme, now everyone's dressing inappropriately and it's crazy. But the core problem is still the same. It's viewing women's bodies as an object, and whether it's an object that is being sold in a very corrupt industry that doesn't have enough protections of those bodies, or it's a product that is being hoarded away and kept and controlled. It's both. At the end of the day, it's still a product being sold, and as long as women's bodies are viewed as a commodity, they will never be able to have the same presence in business, in entertainment, or in any of those spheres, because you will always be, whether you like it or not, showcasing a product that people are gonna have opinions about. Specifically, coming as a comedian, to use an example. So, for instance, in a lot of comedic work, for instance, Bo Burnham's Inside, nudity, for example, is something that Bo Burnham uses a lot to indicate vulnerability, right? And it comes across as very powerful. It comes across as very non-sexual. It comes across as very bearing the soul. If I was going to make a comedy special and I wanted to communicate the same thing with nudity, I literally would not be able to do that, because non-binary or not, my body is going to be perceived as female. So if I, dance around in my underwear, people aren't going to view that as vulnerability. They're going to view me as selling my body sexually.
Yeah, basically you can't win, because if you show it, you're trying to get views or whatever.
But if you don't show it, then you're a prude, and what's wrong with you, right? So there is no winning. Whether you are more of a sexually liberated person, however you want to call that. If you're someone who shows your body more, you're a slut or you're this or that. But if you're someone who is more modest and doesn't, is not as outwardly sexual, you're viewed as being stuck up and arrogant as a woman. So there really is no winning, and especially and for me, it just comes from a very, like I said, like in comedy, like nudity is so often used to heighten a joke or indicate vulnerability or push the plot forward. And, you know, not being able to have that opportunity because of the body I have is extremely limiting, especially when someone like me who's really into like absurdist kind of comedy, which often kind of does those big extremes, knowing that I could do the exact same thing as a male comedian, have the exact same script, have the exact same this and that, and it will never be perceived the same way. It will never be consumed by the same people. At least right now, which we obviously hope at some point that will be different. But yeah, that was a very long answer to a simple question.
I am so amazed. You just pulled that out of nowhere. Like, you are a very intelligent person.
Thank you.
Really
That's very sweet. Thank you so much. Thank you.
So I don't want to keep up too much of your time. So what projects that you have worked on so far do you feel like have had the most impact? And is there an upcoming subject that you either already are or would like to someday talk about that, you know, isn't just trying to be trending, but is like something you really want to talk about?
Yeah, so the video I just put out, I was very nervous about, and my audience really helped me, just shocked me in so many ways. The amount of support. Is the video about women choosing the bear. That recent controversy.
Oh my God.
I was fully expecting to get death threats. I was fully expecting to get, and you know, the negative comments.
No.
We share them. No, but the outpouring of love from my community that I've built has just been like, the reaction to that video has been such a testament to how amazing the community I've built is, and how, you know, I literally Wednesday, a family walked up to me. It was a mom and her daughter and son, and the daughter and mom literally were like, we showed our brother, our son, your video about the bear to help him understand. And you know, the fact that someone's able to come up to me and give me a real world example of my video making their lives better, enabling them to connect more intimately with their own family, and
really internalize
and just stave one more man away from the right-wing pipeline. Just one. And that means like 1,000 comments to just like to be in the presence of people and really see the impact like on their lives. Like that was so incredible. I try to kind of balance my content, right? Because I don't want to be pigeonholed as a political influencer or comedian or whatever. So I don't know.
Of course, everything is politics. But.
Everything comes out, especially when you look like this. Somehow everything that comes out of your mouth is perceived as political anyways.
Which is literally what you were talking about on the panel.
Exactly.
How you're a non-binary comedian.
Yeah. It's always that little qualifier right in front of your job title, and it's just like, nope, just comedian, just Callie. But yeah, that was a project I really enjoyed. I don't plan my videos super far in advance. You kind of have to stay on your toes. Yeah, I gotta kind of stay on your toes. I do eventually want to address like the presence of trad wives on TikTok and things like that in nature. But I want to approach that topic with a lot of sincerity and subtlety. So I'm really kind of cooking that one. That's a crock pot video. That's gotta sit and stew for a little while.
I also want to do one at some point because on paper I am also a trad wife, and yet I'm a raging feminist.
Right, which is what people don't understand. What people don't understand. Yeah.
Well,
so
I cannot wait to see that.
Absolutely.
I'm sure it will be both insightful and hilarious.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
thank you for letting me be a part of this.
It's unlikely that anyone watching this isn't already a fan, but just in case you're not, go check them out. And yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Have a great VidCon.
Yeah, you too. Bye.
It's just like, I love seeing people outside of the cis white male succeed, because you know, it's like you said, you're kind of like stuck where it's like you're forced to talk about it.
And I long for a day when that doesn't matter at all.
That is what I say all the time, especially in like gaming and stuff like that. Like, why does it have to be
I just want to game.
The gay character?
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much.